live stream, second vertical live stream on this channel. So, for those of you who don't know me, I'm Alan, and I help solopreneurs scale, multiply, and increase their income just online through things I get to learn and pass over to you. Now, today's theme or today's topic is all about the today's theme is about whether business is the right thing for you to do. So I want us to frame it in the way that is business really the right thing for you? Because let's all face it, not everyone should start a business. Yeah, before you come out and say now what is happening. At one point you say everyone should start a business. At another point you say now you say not everyone should start a business. So this is what I get to mean when I say not everyone should start a business. I want you to listen to the points I'm about to tell you. They're about two. And later on, if you feel like they are not aligning or you disagree with them, just let me know in the comments. Perhaps we'll have a chat over there. So to start off with, there are many reasons, but out of the many reasons, probably there are two main ones that get to gauge and tell you the real fact that business isn't the right thing for you to do. So hear me out. Let me start off with one. So starting up a business, yeah, or running a business is so much draining. So let me explain what I mean. Most people get to glamorize starting up a business as means of freedom, as means of getting money, as means of being your own boss, yeah, which is in most cases true, all right? So try to understand this. As much as there's some facts or as much as there's some truth in it, but that is only about 2 to 3%. But the 99 or 97% of it, in most cases, it isn't as a straightforward path as it is just saying out to be. Yeah. So listen to me. Based on my experience or based on the past experience I've had in the business environment, yeah, there are certain things that I've come to realize that yes, as much as starting a business can be a means of attaining freedom, can be a means of being your own boss, can be a means of getting money, it isn't the case because running a business is so draining. Yeah, because listen to me though. Listen to the draining bits. Yeah, this is when you choose to set up a business, more so when you choose to follow the path of you're going to be your own boss. Yeah, so this is what it means to be your own boss. One, more so at the start of the business where you don't have anyone at all, like anyone to work with. Yeah, maybe you don't have funds, maybe you don't have capital, maybe you don't have employees, maybe you don't even have a business structure, like you have nothing but you want to start. This is what you're going to face. One, you are going to solve each and every problem that gets to come your way alone. No one is out there, no one is going to come for you, no one is going to come for your rescue. Every problem that you get to have, if it's lacking business clients coming in, you'll be the one to solve it. If it is marketing your products, you're going to be the one to do that. If it is to reduce on the churn, yeah, like the amount of people who sign in and go out, it is you who's going to do all that by yourself. Yeah. So if you're like, I'll be the boss of my own, then you really need to think twice about this. Yeah. So that is one. Every problem that gets to come into your business, you have to solve it by yourself alone. Yeah, whether it is the lack of capital, you lack funds, you'll be the one to do it, regardless of whether you have a partner or not. But if the idea was certainly yours, you'll have to go through the drains to make it happen. That is one. Two, why I believe that this I'll be my own boss thing there and work out is that you're going to deal with uncertain income, long hours, and constant pressure. Yeah. So let's break down each and every one. Let's look at the uncertain incomes. Remember, you're starting out. Sometimes, if not in most times, those who tend to start out, if they are not well prepared, they do not have enough incomes. Yeah? So you might want to start a business. Let me choose a hardware business. But the funds you get to have are so little. Yeah. You know, with hardware business, every now and then there are new things that are coming in. Every now and then there's new demand. Yeah. So you might have your 2M seated there and you think, yeah, this is enough for me to start. But after paying paying rent, paying license, trading license, whatever working taxes and all that, you're going to be left with little money. But the fact that you chose to start, then you're going to face the reality of inconsistent incomes, or inconsistent, uncertain incomes. Yeah. So you lack the funds. That is one. There are many things you need to have, but you won't have because you don't have the money. So what is it, or who is it that they're going to look up to or look at? That is going to be you. All right. Now let's also look at the long hours. When you're employed, you have plenty of time. If it is a 9 to 5, yeah, you just have to make sure that by 9 you're at work and by 5 you're leaving. Yeah. And I'm sure you've seen those clips of people where they're like around 4:48, they're just ready to sign up. But when you're your own boss, that ain't happening. Yeah. You have to work like 24/7, with the exception of a few moments where you get sleep. And I believe some people are so over obsessed with their businesses that they don't get to sleep. If you think I'm lying, there's one online mate of mine, Alex Amazo. I want you to tell me whether he gets really enough time. Yeah. Yes, as much as he says, yeah, I set up an alarm, like I sleep as much as I can. But when you look at some of his videos, some people even say, this guy looks exhausted. And that's what it means to run a business. The business is going to drive you crazy, it's going to exhaust you. And trust me, those long hours are coming your way if you think starting a business is your own or it's something that you should do. And then the constant pressure. Now, this is a bit tricky. You'll have pressure both sides. Pressure from family, because you'll always be in the know-how or in the process of getting or engaging with clients or running your business, trying to figure out this piece, trying to figure out that piece, trying to figure out that piece. But there's also pressure that comes in from family. Yeah? Your kid will need you, your wife will need you, your parents will need you. But for you, because you want to start a business and it is in the initial stages, you will never want to do that. So it's going to bring in some sort of conflict between the two of you, or the three of you, the four, or like all between the parties that are involved in all that. Okay, so starting up a business is something that you shouldn't do if you're not ready for the dreams. Okay, now lastly, for those of you who think I want to become my own boss, this is what it means. Even in the worst hours, your business will require your presence. So let's figure out the worst hours. Probably you're burnt out because you're overworked. Probably you're going to be sick, or at some point you'll feel sick. You'll have someone who is sick. You'll have lost a friend, a parent, like maybe those uncertainties, yeah, the worst moments. Let me tell you what won't wait for you. It is your business. And for those of you who have run businesses for quite a long time, there are clients that when they don't see you around your business, they try second alternatives. Yeah. So for them, they don't have that patience. They don't have that kind of, I'll wait for this person. Maybe there's something or something that happened that I should maybe try out. And in most cases, this is what gets to happen when you miss out on your job because you're attending to your worst days. You might be selling something, maybe at some kind of extra cost. And the moment this guy or this lady tries out another shop or another business in your absence, and she tends to find out, or she gets to find out that they're a bit cheaper, even if it's a bit cheaper by one item, trust me, convincing that client to get back to you or do business with you when you get back, it gets to become harder. Yeah? So even in your worst presence, you'll have to turn up. Now, there are cases where you're the only employee. You booked out a project. Maybe you run a photography business. You already booked out some days with clients, they paid half the money, and you're sick. Guess what? Do you think they're going to just put on hold their function because you're sick? No. These guys will have to demand your presence. You'll have to turn up and take photos, take videos for their function because you agreed, they booked, and everything worked out. So my friend, starting a business is a draining bit. And if you're not ready to face the drain, then forget about it. Now, there's a prompt that I want to share with you that will gauge whether you're ready for it. Yeah, more so in regards to the draining aspect. And it goes like this. I even noted it down. I noted it down so that I don't get to confuse the words. So it goes like this. Am I prepared to fight for the years, sometimes without even applause, just to make this work? Yeah, because let's all agree, making stuff work is draining. So are you ready to work longer hours? Are you ready to work for many years? Are you ready to work even when no one gets to applaud you? If the answer is yes, then go ahead and start a business. If the answer is no, then please forget about it. Don't start a business. Okay? Now, I want you to understand this. Unless if you're internally and deeply driven by the purpose of starting up a business, starting a business shouldn't be the thing to do. Now, let's head over to the second reason, as I promised, that I think shouldn't, oh, that I think should be the reason why you shouldn't set up a business. Yeah. If the business you're trying to start is not aligning with your destiny, or it doesn't match the destiny lane you're choosing to take, then do not start up a business. Yeah. Now, this is the point that even drew inspiration for this live stream. Okay. So most people get to underlook this, and this is where they go wrong. Yeah, because society tends to tell us that, yeah, you know what, you can only be free if you start up your own business. You can only get rich if you start up your own business. But is it the case? Is it entirely the fact that for you to become free, you have to set up your business? Yeah? Because if you ask me, no. There are many people who are like number twos in the company and they're earning lots of money. They're number twos and they're earning lots of freedom. They're number twos. And the amount of money they earn is even much more, like times three. Those self-employed people who are struggling. Yeah. So for a fact, I don't believe that if your destiny isn't, like if your destiny wasn't to start up a business, it's going to make you not get that time freedom. Maybe your destiny is aligning to some other thing that through that you'll get to attain the time freedom you want. Yeah. So don't fall for that society myth that the only way you're going to be free, the only way you're going to become rich is to attain that or start up your own business, because it is false. Now here's the sweet part. For those of you, or for some of the people who came to me and asked me, yo, Alan, what is it that I can do for me to start up my own business? This is what I get to tell them. Before you even rush to start up a business, there are two things you really need to do in order for you to do it right, or to assess whether it is the right thing for you to do. And first off is you've got to define the versions of success. What is success to you? What does success mean to you? For some, success could be time freedom with family. Others could be global travels. Others could be starting up multiple businesses, scaling things that are so confiscated or like higher targets. And to others, it could be steady income and maybe a peace of mind. So, what is success to you? If success means having a peace of mind, then starting up a business isn't something you should do yourself, because in the initial stages, mostly in the initial stages, forget about having a peace of mind, because that ain't happening. Okay? If it is time with family, yes, you started up a business to earn money so that you can buy yourself time. So in the initial stages, time won't be your best friend, because every time you get to have will be with your business. You even forget about your family, and that will bring in conflict. Remember the first point I gave you. Okay? And now, for any answer to the version of success that you choose to take is going to determine the path you're going to take. And this leads to the second point, or the second way you can gauge whether starting a business is for you, is that you've got to define your version, your vision path. Yeah. So what is the best route that you need to take in order for you to attain that right version of success to you. Yeah? So you said you want time freedom. So you start up a business because you want time freedom. So what is the best route you need to take for you to attain that time freedom you have? Yeah. And now, from experience, there are three things that you need to do or to match up in order to align your vision path, regardless of whatever path you took or whatever definition of success you gave to yourself. And first off is one, that is your passion. Is the business you're trying to start aligning with your passion? Do you have love for that business you want to do? If you don't have love for what you want to do, then forget about starting up a business. Because in the initial stages, that is where the passion, like don't follow your passion, gets to come in. Because you have to do it regardless of whether you love it or not love it. Okay? But later on, maybe the passion can come in, and that's when you hear people say, "Me, I started something I love." Me, I started. But in the initial stages, those things of I started something I love, they don't turn up. Okay? Now, the second thing is the skill set. Are you starting up a business that is in line with the skill sets that you possess as a person? Yeah. If your skill sets require you to start up multiple businesses that you're good at, scaling businesses, you're good at building up businesses, is that aligning with the version of success you want to have? Because earlier on you said you want to start up a business, so you start up businesses because you want to build multi-version or multi-millionaire billionaire companies. But do you have the right skill sets to build up those multi-billionaire companies? If you do not have that, trust me, the route you're choosing to take is a wrong one, and that is going to lead out to burnout, and you will hate yourself for that. All right. And then lastly is the resources. I chose this to be the last one because with resources, you can overcome any barrier. Yeah. Most of you start businesses when you don't have the right resources. And guess what happens? Because you don't have the resources, you don't have the skill set, and you don't have the passion for it, everything fails. And those are the statistics you hear that in the first year or in the first 6 months, about 95% of businesses get to fail. That's the point. If you don't have the resources, then you have to fill up what is required. You don't have the money, have the skill set, and have the passion. Yeah? But you can't have the skills, you can't have the passion, and then not have the resources. That means you're doomed for failure. Yeah? So if you get to align those three, passion, skill set, and resources, I assure you, if you have all that figured out, then you have all the right to start up a business. All right. So, as a final thought, before I sum up this, I want you to understand, do not romanticize a business or do not romanticize starting up a business. This is not a friendly thing to do. It is battle, more so in the initial stages. All right. Two, don't start up a business because of a trend, because someone told you, because you want to do, because want some like. Don't start up a business because you want to. Don't start up a business because you're following trends. Don't start up a business because someone told you to. And then lastly, you need to have a clear path of what you want to do. Build long term, because short term, starting up a business isn't a means of freedom or success or money. Yeah. And starting up a business ain't a sprint, it's a marathon. So you need to be focused, bearing in mind that you're going to work longer hours. You're going to work longer enough until when you attain what you want to have. All right. So if you're in if this thing of I want to start up a business to earn money in the short term, then please don't. That will be my advice. Because doing that alone is going to result into burnout. And that is going to lead to ways of breaking you up. You're going to break down, become sick, and you won't like the experience. So, with that being said, I'll catch up with you in the next live stream. See ya.